If you're on the phone with someone else, I can hear you laughing and talking and this and that and the other, and we don't do that.
What's the problem with the communication?
Okay, we don't. Like, and what? Okay, here's what I'm saying with communication. We get in the car in the mornings. We go to work. Nothing said. We do. I'm not saying we don't talk half time, but
Okay.
sometimes when we're talking, it's because of what's on the
Radio.
radio.
Okay, we're going to play YBAngry, and the issue we're going to resolve today is.
Should we communicate more?
So the next step is we have to decide who's going to be player A, who's going to be player B for the entire game.
No.
I'll be A.
Going to write down one detail to support your position. Yes, you should communicate more. Edward, you might agree you guys should communicate more, but you're going to write down reasons why you don't. All right, so let's take the details and put them together in order of relevance. Most important on top. Whose card is first?
Mine.
Okay, and tell them what you wrote and how relevant it is.
It's a key component of the relationship, and the relevance is a 10.
Step 4 is next. Remember, we're going to go 1 through 14.
What you're saying to me is that the lack of communication has stopped the relationship.
Repeat that again.
What you're saying to me is that the lack of communication has stopped the relationship.
Yes. Yes. You said it stops the relationship?
Has stopped.
Has stopped. Well, no. That's
It's
not.
really important that you don't say
No.
yes if it's not what you mean.
Yeah. No.
Try again.
Do I? Oh, he tries again. I don't
Yeah,
expound.
let him try a couple of times first.
What you're saying to me is that better communication will improve our relationship.
Yes.
It's true.
Okay.
I'll put it with a 10.
Step 8, write your response. Okay, tell us what you wrote.
I have gotten quiet for the lack of really good friends, and we're all spread apart. I have to work on it, and I look at you as my best friend.
Step 9 is next.
So what you're saying to me is, because of lack of good friends, is why we don't communicate? Is that right?
No.
Can I ask that question again, or?
Yes.
Okay. Not ask myself. So what you're saying to me is, because of lack of good friends is why we don't communicate.
Yeah.
Is that right? I'm sorry, because that was my fault.
Actually, that was his fault. He said yes again without you.
Yeah, but it was
asking.
my fault because I didn't ask. Is that right?
Right. Now it's discussion debate.
Okay.
What would you having lack of friends have to do with us communicating?
Because some of the things that I would talk with them about would be
Me?
No. Like if we get into like a sports conversation, and then I can bring up how we doing. That when I talk to you, I can tell you about who they were, what they were doing, and how they're doing. Because then I have an outlet.
Okay.
So I kind of quiet and I just listen. Sometimes I hear, sometimes it's low and I can't hear.
Okay, but this communication, when I say it's a key component of a relationship, I'm speaking in terms of us communicating. And I understand where you come from when you say what you want to talk when this comes to sports, because I am very, when it comes to sports, just let me watch the game because I understand some of it, maybe not all of it, but I understand enough, and I understand that there's some things that you like to communicate when we're watching sports that I'm like, okay, and it is me, and we've known this, but that I'm like, okay, I don't want to go into all of that. Just why is it this particular thing? And I get that part. I understand that part. But for us with communication, to me, it's we go places. It's mostly the radio that's doing the talking, unless there's something that funny happens on the radio, or while we're out driving, if something we see something strange, we'll have a communicate. We'll communicate on that. But other than that, our whole ride could be the radio. Us never saying anything. Um, when we get off work, we communicate, but we're not really communicating. We're complaining about whatever's happened
Right. And then
at work.
a lot of my communication is that I have to go back to where it started explaining, and you don't want to hear all that. So I don't know how to make it shorter.
Okay, we're talking about the sport thing,
No,
right?
no.
Oh,
Like
okay.
if something happened in my day at work or something I had going on, it would be where I would have to tell you from the beginning of why I started paying attention to it, and then until we got to the end of my, and you don't want to hear the whole backstory. You just want to know what we're doing right now. But some of the communication is that I should tell you when I'm going to mom, but you already know
I
that.
already know where you're from, moms. So
That
we already say that, and yeah, we do. Um, it's not really like, yeah, when you go out, like, I'm getting ready to go to the store. It's not like I want to know exactly where we're going, or I'm trying to tell you exactly where I'm going. But at least if something comes about or something happens, you're not caught by surprise with it. You're like, okay, yeah, I knew he was going there, or I knew she was going there. Um, but when I say communicate, we come home, we barely talk. And um,
We're
for this
talking.
game, I mean,
Wait, yeah, we're talking about. What was your detail?
it's a key component of it's a key component of the relationship.
Right. So the issue is, should we communicate more? And your detail is, yes, because it's a key component. That's what you guys are talking about right now.
Right. It's a key component of. But see, to me, all of what we're discussing is showing the key. Is why it's a key component. Showing why it's a key component
Okay.
to me.
Okay.
It's a key. It's just a key component of a relationship. No communication. Without communication, I feel that we're like two ships passing in the night. I don't know what else. Because for me, that's what it's a key component to me. So no matter what it is, we should be able to communicate. I don't know what else. I don't know how else to. I don't know how else to put it.
you want me to concentrate more on my communication skills to further along our relationship as we grow older.
Yeah, but what? Yes, but what I'm saying is, like, I don't know if I'm getting this out right or not. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm missing something when I say it's a key component. Like I said, we go places, we don't talk. We come home, we may talk, but we come in this house and there's no communication. We just, this is the most, if you sit, because now we're sitting down, we're talking about things, but to me, the communication it could be more. It's a key component to me, and without it, I don't feel like we're,
Because part of mine is I feel that you know just about everything about me, and nothing much has changed other than jobs and stuff, but everything else I don't think I have any surprises. I'm a quiet person in general, but um, whenever we went out or ever did anything, you've always been like the mouthpiece. I'm not saying that in a bad way, but you would strike up conversation. Mine is plain simple, to the point, and then there's not much left to say unless they want to keep entertaining the conversation. So, with us to communicate, it would be where I need to focus on different subjects and matters to have something to bring to you to tell you how I'm feeling. I feel better because I need to project more often of uh, what we're going through, so that she's not alone in this relationship. That I could tell her where I'm standing,
You got to be talking to her though.
where I'm standing, where I feel. Is that what you're saying to me?
I don't know. This might be going off track. When I say communicate more, key component to us, and I don't know if we're going back to the discussion part of this or not, but I I need to be where when we're as if though you would do if you were sitting and talking with a friend. Laughter, bringing us closer, communicating about different things, things we might want to do, things, just as if though you were sitting there talking with um, your friend from Georgia. Okay. Um, there's times when, and I know we're probably going off now, but I feel this is what I got to get out. There's times that when I'm on the phone and we're talking, and I could tell you about what is good going on, and I just, you know, start talking and laughing and different things. There's no response back from you, and it may not be funny to you, but it's funny to me. But it's just like it's dead air on the other end, and it almost makes me feel as if though, okay, well, you said what you got to say. Oh, okay, all right, I gotta go, and we're off the phone. But if you're on the phone with someone else, I can hear you laughing and talking and this and that and the other, and we don't do that. That's my community. That's I don't know if that's the key component of what I'm trying, but that's why I'm saying when I say communication. If we're in the car traveling like we traveled with family before, you get in the car and they can start something and you start laughing and giggling and just in deep conversations with one another. But we don't do that. We don't do that. We don't. It's almost like it's just like straight to the point. And if you really ain't got nothing to say, then okay. If it wasn't, it, let's just take away if we weren't working, if we were retired and we're sitting at home. What would we talk? I mean, the communication. We just, to me, I feel it's not there. I feel that if we was retired, he'd be on his phone in his game or watching TV. We wouldn't be talking.
And that's why I said I got to check more often of getting a chance to talk with you and do those things. Cause I didn't know, because like I said, some things are funny to you may not be funny to me, or they could get a chuckle, but you were there, you experienced it, so you could see it. I got to try and think it up in my head and just take, okay, what could that look like? So, but you were there, and so with me, the communication when you said dead air, it's I'm thinking on what you were just saying, because then you know the people that you're talking about or with, you know them better than I do, and you were part of the response to what was funny. So
Let me interject. How do you feel when when there's no communication? How does it make
He
you
don't
feel?
care. He don't care.
No, I don't want you talking to me.
He,
Like, are you feeling like he's not interested? That's what you need to say. If that's what.
yeah, he's not interested. He could care less. Okay, yeah, and just that's it. That's how I feel. Like he's not interested. Don't care. I'm like, okay, whatever, and keep going. But if someone else is talking, I mean, you just interject with them with no problem and laugh and talk and whatnot. And
I care. It's just like I said, some things that you're doing and what you guys are going and happening where your location is, I can't picture it. So this like
but how is
sometimes
it you can't picture it? But if you talking to somebody else and they're telling you about something and you weren't there either and whatnot, but you laughing
if
and
I'm talking to my friend in Georgia, it's about our past, what we did, and if we seen another friend, I'm talking to my brother, it's whatever's going on with him. Yeah, and other than that, I'm not on the phone with anybody other than collectors and.
but it's not necessarily on the phone either. It's when we're out and about too. If you're talking, if we're with friends or family, whatever, And sometimes it's not about past stuff. Sometimes it's about current things that may have happened to them or did or whatever they found funny, whatever, and you laugh and talk about it. But you weren't there with those either. Not, and the other thing is, I could say something. You don't even acknowledge what I said. When I say that, I could say something and you just dead air. Then I ask you, did you hear what I said? You're like, yeah, I heard you. But you didn't acknowledge that you heard by saying, oh, yeah, or okay, or mm-hmm, or anything. Prime example, even if I ask something, you just let it go. And one of the prime examples is I sent a text message out to you, our son, and a close friend. Everybody in the group text message when I was asking about going somewhere. Everybody but you responded. And
Right.
that group text went out almost 3 or 4 days ago.
Right. I wasn't sure if I was going there.
Okay, so you couldn't communicate that? Or you
I
just,
just still hadn't made up my mind yet.
you couldn't communicate that? Let me think about it. You didn't acknowledge anything. And we know you got the message, but you acknowledged nothing. And today is the first time you said, I'm not sure I was going or whatever. That's what I mean by communication. That's part of the communication. And that's not the only time. You do that all the time. You do that all the time. You don't respond to nothing.
Sometimes I look at it as information for me to know instead of a response from me.
How would, how, what?
Sometimes I think it's just information I know we're going to be doing such and such such. That okay, I know about it.
Even if it's information and say, okay, we're going to be doing such and such, you still acknowledge, like, okay. You still acknowledge that you still give some kind of acknowledgement that you got the information. Not just you get it and then no response.
So it's funny to me. Uh, the game typically takes out emotions, but when I said, "How does it make you feel?" I see more emotion got into the game. Is your answer the same as it was before?
Yes.
Okay, so step 13 is next.
I feel better because I was able to share my feelings towards the lack of responses.
Okay, step 14. Was there any progress in this detail?
Yeah. I just need to start answering out loud and returning text messages.
When you're asking for number 14, it just means as far as us discussing the issue, right at this moment, right?
Yes, do you feel like you made any progress
Okay. Yes.
with just discussing it, right?
Yes. Okay.
And
Yes.
then the second part is, was there enough progress to end the game?
I think so.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
You guys glad you talked about that one?
I am.
I am.
Okay. Now, how long has that been an issue?
It started becoming an issue, I want to say around 2014, 2015.
That's 10 years?
Yeah.
Or 9 or 10 years? And you think the game helped you? How?
Express what I've been feeling and giving me more time to be able to explain it without interjecting and talking over each other.
I feel that with her explaining the way that she did, there are some times when I have a short, simple answer, and it doesn't seem like communication. It seems like I'm being short when I'm not trying to be short. It's just like I have nothing else to say on the issue that was said, and that's what's going to happen, and that's where I leave it. And that's what I think that's part of why I broke down with the communications, because then once it's said, I thought that's what we were doing. Instead of acknowledging it, I just went along. So I should acknowledge more to get the answer out there that we got to say on the same page.
Okay. Anybody go first?
No, until it brings us closer. It's understanding.
Wait. Brings us closer. How relevant is it?
Oh, 9.
Okay.
Understanding one another's thoughts on things is an 8. And not caught by surprise when an issue arises, that's a 7.
I don't have one way to be short or sweet, short and simple. Sorry, that was a 7. Sometimes it's repeat stories, which was a 6, and changing details was 4.